Yo, what is going on, brothers? Who's here, man? Who is here? Who is here? Type of one in the live stream chat. Who's here, man? Who is here? Who's here, bro? Okay, Rumble. What's up? What's up with Rumble? Let me try to fix that right now. Give me a sec. Try to fix that Rumble stream right now. Who's here, bro? Who is here? Type of one in the live stream chat. And y'all with me? Y'all with me? Mayday check 1 2. Let me just try and fix my Rumble stream right now for you brothers. Give me a second. Give me a sec. Let me see. Let me go to here. Yeah, good though, brothers. Who's in the cut? Who's here, man? Yeah, in the cut. Yeah, in the cut. Let's get everyone in, man. Let's get as much people in. We got a special live stream today. James Hudson in the building. What's up, James? Let's get more people in. Type on one in the live stream chat if you're good. I'm just trying to fix the Rumble right. Let me fix that Rumble. Give me a sec, yeah? My Rumble gang in the building too. I'm gonna get you in a bit. Don't worry, man. I got you covered, man. Hold on, yeah? The agenda won't win. The goddamn Matrix won't win. But us brothers, we're gonna win everything, man. That's right, man. Let's give it a minute or two. Let's get as much people in. How y'all doing? How was your holidays? How was your Christmas? How was your New Year's? Any of y'all travel? Any of y'all abroad right now? Please let me know. Who is here? Who is here? Please let me know if you're abroad, if you traveled, if you know, if I don't know, if you were with someone, a nice chick. How was your Christmas and New Year's and holidays, man? Okay, Rumble is getting set up right now. Let me just connect the stream to StreamYard real quick. Give me a second. And we can stream on there. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Andrew FBA in the cut. Set Boltef in the cut. Z Stacks in the building. What's going on, bro? Who else is here? Type on one in the live stream chat if you're here. If you're with me right now, man. If you're with me, let me know, man. Who's here? Welcome. Welcome. So let me get straight into it, right? First stream of 2026. We have a lot to speak about, right? We have a lot to speak about, okay? The agenda, travel plans, and of course, I've got some content to react to, okay? But first of all, let's just say, thank goodness 2025 is over, all right? Press a 2 in the live stream chat if you agree with me, but I believe that 2025 was the worst year in the 2020 decade. Type a 2 if you agree. Type a 3 if you disagree. 2025 was a bad year, okay? I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it a trill. I'm going to keep it a mill. That year started off great. Trump won, stocks were running, crypto running, and then Trump does some dumb stuff with tariffs, and the whole thing just tanked, bro, okay? And ever since then, it was a wild year, okay? However, now we're in 2026, and also like in 2025, right? Maybe a separate stream in the future needed. I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? I believe that 2025 was the worst year for the black man's image in history. In history, okay? Yes, all time. I believe that 2025, our image took a hit, big time. Okay. Why so? Now let me get the bad things out of the way first before I set the agenda for 2026. All right. 2025, right? There was our media image took a big hit. Okay. Let me break it down. Number one, we had the whole Shannon Sharp situation. Okay. We had a rich brother, okay, who, for some odd reason, was actually dealing with an OF chick. And then she almost took him to the cleaners, bro. I think he paid her 50 mil for her to just go away. All right. And that was just crazy, and that was everywhere. He got dropped by ESPN. That was just horrendous, bro. I'm just keeping it a buck. Can I keep it a buck? Buck. So we had Shannon Sharp. Then we had the whole Diddy trial. And that was wild, bro. The whole baby oil, right? The whole, Cassie stuff. And that was like everywhere on TikTok, on socials. And that was international news, bro. People in Japan were talking about that, bro. Some dude tricking and doing some freaky stuff in his mentions, And that wasn't a good look for brothers, okay? Then we had, who else in 2025? We had this singer, right? I forgot his name, that apparently may have deleted a chick in his Tesla and left her body there, bro. And this is a very popular singer, right, amongst the Gen Z generation, right? I would say top 10 most popular person amongst the Gen Z generation, bro. That was not good look, keeping her buck. That was crazy, okay? So we had that guy, we had Diddy, we had Shannon Sharp, okay? Then we had, what else? We had like towards the end of the year, we had, who was that guy called? What's his name? Let me know in the chat. I'm missing a name right now. Let me see. Was he a singer? Was he an athlete? I'm trying to remember a name right now. Who was that guy that did some things in November and December? So we had Diddy, Shannon Sharp. We had that singer that was popular amongst Gen Z people. Who else? Let me know in the chat. And these are all very famous men. These are not like B-tier celebrities. These are no C-tier celebrities, right? These were very famous men, right? Very famous men that dominated the headlines throughout 2025. It felt like every 3 months, every 2 months, there was a brother in the news that was just making us look bad, bro. Super bad. Okay. So that's like the top 3. If there's more, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if there's more. I feel like I'm missing a few people. Okay. So now that's to the side. Okay. Now we're in 2026. And I'm super happy we've left 2025 behind. That was the worst year in the 21st century for brothers. Can we admit to that, please? Right? I want to wash that year out my hands with soap and water. That year was full of dirt, humiliation, and our image took a big hit. Our image took a big hit in 2025. But the Diddy thing, right? The Diddy news that dominated 2025, and that made brothers look really bad, bro. There was no news bigger than Diddy. There was no news bigger than Diddy in 2025. Then we had Floyd. That's it, bro. Floyd. Near the end of 2025, and brothers, before I go into that, join the Python course, January 2026 intake. I'll be starting classes this month, okay? Go on to Patreon and book your slot there. We had Floyd, brothers. Floyd. That came out of nowhere. That happened in December, bro. That happened literally just over a week ago. That happened like last week, Monday. Last week, Monday, we had that Floyd situation, brother. And then certain people tried tying Floyd to the passport bro movement on Brazilian media. And that was a horrible look for our image. So not only was our image, made worse on the macro level, but on the micro level, right? Within within like small spaces online, within the online small spaces, like, passport bros, single black men traveling. That Floyd situation, that was crazy, bro. That was crazy. And I know for a fact that that news will probably blow up in 2026 if Floyd goes to trial, or if there's evidence that he did that ish. And I hope he didn't, I really hope he didn't. So when mainstream media picks that up, oh man, I am not looking forward to that day. 2025, let's keep it a buck, and type a 2 in the chat if you agree with me. 2025 was a horrendous year for black men. Okay? And I couldn't wait until that year ended. The very first day it hit, 1st January 2026, I prayed, I thanked the Lord, and I celebrated that year has ended. So now we are 4 days into 2026, okay? And I'm going to set the agenda for 2026. Tonight, besides me reacting to some content tonight, I'm going to talk about wealth, IT, tech, building, finding a woman, finding wifey, finding girlfriend. And I'm also going to discuss, right, the concept of aging out. Every year that passes, the pandemic was 7 years ago, 2019. Can you believe it? We are now in 2026, okay? Time waits for no man. So tonight, we're going to talk about finding a wifey, finding a girlfriend, right? Because 4 years from now, we're going to be in 2030, brothers. No, it was 2019. 2019. It was the end of 2019 when the pandemic happened. The news happened in November, December. Lockdown happened in 2020. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. No, there was news first in 2019. Then it blew up in 2020. So now we are 4 years away from 2030, and work needs to be done, right? Because I don't want to hear, I don't want to be personally in the same situation I am right now next year or in 2030. We are not getting younger. There's money to be made. There's wealth to be built. There's IT and tech jobs to be worked, and there's wealth to be accumulating. So let me break it down first, right? Okay. Number one, this year in 2026, okay, we are going to be prioritizing freedom. And how do you get freedom? By having the right job and the right investments. I am going to continue pushing IT and tech. That is, in my opinion, still the best industry that brothers should get into for freedom, remote work, and investing your money into strong assets. So I'll be teaching Python to a new bunch of people in January 2026, the end of January 2026. If you go on my Patreon and look for the Ultimate Python Course 2026, get your slot there ASAP. We start classes at the end of this month. From my intel, from what I'm seeing, the tech job market is going to boom this year. Okay, nothing's guaranteed, but I believe that the economy around the world is going to get much better. Okay, the jobs are now appearing. I'm seeing it on my feed. People are telling me about it, and that's awesome and that's great. Because the IT market is big in Japan, US, UK, Canada, Qatar, Dubai, South Korea. You get a remote work there, you're good. So IT tech still the core aspects of this channel on our movement. Number two, traveling, freedom and traveling. Okay, I'll be traveling this year to numerous countries, and I encourage brothers to also travel as well to numerous countries. Okay. We need to slowly get out of the West, start getting our feet wet, right? Start traveling a lot more, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in Asia, whether in Africa, whether it's the Middle East. Brothers must expand their horizons. I'll be doing so, and I want brothers who watch my channel to also do that as well. Everyone who watches my channel, who is on this live stream right now, please travel, get your passport, do something, get out the matrix, please. Okay. Now, personally, I want to do every continent this year. That's the plan. Okay. And I will keep you updated on my trips. Now, when it comes to content, I still want to do what I do, react to content, crash out, speak on news, speak on passport bro stuff, travel stuff. But if there's anything you want me to talk about in my content, all right, please, 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 please let me know in the live stream chat. What kind of content do you want from me this year in 2026? Okay. I want to talk about crypto. I think this year crypto is going to explode. From my intel, from what I see, crypto may explode this year. And I want to put brothers on game. Okay. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I do want the best for brothers when it comes to IT, tech, jobs, traveling, crypto, stocks, wealth. So I want to talk about stocks, crypto, investments, finances, world affairs this year on this channel. Okay. I may create a separate channel. I may do on this channel, but I want to post more clips, more shorts. Okay. More everything on this channel to equip you for the best year of our lives. Now, I'm telling myself this personally. I want 2026 to be the best year of my life so far. And I mean that from the very bottom of my heart. I am aiming for this year. I want every day to be a blessing for me. I want every month to be a blessing for me. I want every hour, every minute, every second to be a blessing for me and the brothers in this space and on my channel. We have work to do. Type a 1 in the chat if you feel like this year is your year. Personally, I believe that this year is my year. I feel it. I feel it. I believe that this is my year, bro. All my dreams are going to come true. Right? So now, this is a year where we have to take that step forward. Okay? What does that mean? So where we were last year, by the end of this year, we don't want to be in that same situation. We want to be in a much better space by the end of this year, whether it's next month, whether it's in March, whether it's in July, whether it's in November or December this year. Okay? So I now want to talk about women. Okay? Brothers, and actually, no, before I even talk about women, knowing that we're in 2026, right? I can't believe that I've been streaming literally since 2021. I remember my first stream I ever did. I think it was Colombia. I think the first ever stream I did was either in 2021 or 2022. I think it was 2021. I did Colombia, right? My first ever interview. Before that, I was just posting clips of my travels, speaking about certain topics, vlogging, etc., etc. Okay. And I also want to do more vlogs, personal vlogs, and self-improvement content as well, and some geopolitical stuff. But moving that aside, right? Okay. What time has told me over time is that there is a male peak, and I feel like brothers are being told a lie in many aspects in this space. Okay. There is a male peak. And don't wait too long to find a woman, right? Don't wait too long, okay? Because every year that passes, you're getting older. You lose your looks. Now, you can tell me that, hey, IP, we're men, we have resources. If you're a millionaire, blah, blah, blah. That's a fair point to an extent, right? But let me ask you this, right? Let's say you meet a 22-year-old chick and you're 48 or you're 45. Do you think that 22-year-old chick is going to pick you over a 25-year-old dude? Do you think a 22-year-old woman who is good looking, who's in her prime, is going to pick a 48-year-old dude? And don't say, IP, if you're rich, the average brother ain't rich. Yeah, if you had money, yes, potentially. But if she had the choice between a 25-year-old dude and a 48-year-old dude, more than likely, she's going for a 25-year-old. So what I'm saying is that, brothers, don't spend too much time self-improving, right? Don't spend too much time self-improving. You have to self-improve to a certain point, right? There's no such thing as perfection, okay? You reach a point where you personally feel like, hey, I'm at a point where I feel good, I look good, my skin color is on point, my money is on point, my job's on point, you know, I'm dressing well now. Okay, now it's time for y'all to put yourself out there. Because I feel like in this space, right, there isn't a lot of truth being told. And guess what? I'm not being negative here. I'm telling y'all, we're in 2026 now, bro. Right? We're in 2026. We're getting older. Every second that passes, your cells in your body, they get older. Okay? Right? So I'm telling you, right, this year, put yourself out there to get a woman. So what does that mean? Find a girlfriend, find a wife. Just find a woman that you vibe with and get with her. Don't wait too long. You gotta put yourself out there, brothers. Okay? You have to put yourself out there. Please. You know me, I'm always gonna give it to y'all straight. We don't lie on this channel. Again, I'm not being negative, I'm just being real. 2026, I think brothers should, in my honest opinion, be looking for a woman or multiple women. If you're a guy that likes multiple girlfriends, that's cool. But just go out, but just put yourself out there, bro. Just put yourself out there, bro. Some of y'all needed to hear that. Start making moves in your career, in finding a woman, in like either you actually. So basically, I know that people can't travel. I know that some people can't travel, in my opinion. So here's what I propose, right? I think there's multiple avenues for you to be making moves to find a woman in 2026. Number one, get a remote IT job. Leave America. You go abroad, find a woman in whatever country you're working in. That's great. If you can't move abroad or travel, I suggest you find a foreign woman in the West. Okay? And then have a kid with her in the West, and then leave with her and go abroad to a country or a different country. So what I'm saying is that you can become an expat while having a kid and a wife already. If you apply to jobs in Japan, in the Middle East, you have a wife and some kids, they're paying you a lot more. You move them to a new country, you're good. So there's multiple ways to do so. But you gotta make sure you put yourself out there. Please. right? There is a male peak. There is a male peak. Some dudes start losing their hair. Some dudes, right? Their skin gets worse over time. And I don't give a damn what anyone says. Looks are very important when dating. So this year, right? Self-improve to an extent, then put yourself out there. Like, you can't be making money all the time. Imagine, so what's the point of making all this money, but you're alone? What's the point in making all this money, but you're alone? That makes no sense to me, bro. You're making 10K a month. You've done good, bro. You're dressing well. You got a nice lineup. Or if you're bored, whatever, you dress good. Okay, put yourself out there and find a chick. This is the year we do these things, bro. This is the year that all of us do these things. Finding a girlfriend, finding a wifey, better job, better prospects, building wealth, investing. You're making all this money, you're investing all this money, but you ain't got a chick. You're lonely. Imagine that. Going home every day, making 10K a month. You coming home to nothing, bro? That's why I said that 2025 was a bad year. But 2026, I kid you not, brothers, this is a year of looking good, smelling good, smiling good, right? And just like putting yourself out there. This year, right, men on this channel have to be well groomed. Okay? What does that mean? Skincare got to be on point. What you wear got to be on point. Okay? How you smell got to be on point. Right? Your teeth got to be on point. Okay? If you got super yellow teeth, fix that, bro. I kid you not. If you have super yellow teeth, fix that. Okay? Anything that's bugging you out, that could stop you from getting chicks, blah blah blah. You gotta fix it this year, bro. You gotta fix it. Please. You gotta fix it, bro. Because can you believe it that next year, brothers, right? Next year will be 2027. The year after that, 2028. The year after that, 2029. Bruv, I don't want to be in the same goddamn situation next year or in 2028. God forbid. God forbid. And if you have to quit your job, right, and leave the country, do it. Do it, bro. Because guess what? Time waits for no man. And that's why throughout the years, right, I spoke about investments. I talked about crypto. I talked about stocks, IT, tech. If you were listening, taking in game, you would have been in 2026 right now, right? You would have set yourself up for an amazing year. But there's still time, bro. There's still time. Shout out to Port City Investments for this comment here. I found a black woman who's a master's student. She's fit, feminine, and knows how to please a man. Can never go back to Western 304. Brother, is she African? Where's she from? Is she Ghana? Is she Zimbabwe? Where's she from, bro? And shout out to you for finding that gem, brother. Finding that gem, bro. Shout out to Mr. Chestnutters. What a name. The flip for the support. Buy up Venezuela while there's blood in the streets, brothers. I'd like more vlog content from IP. Yeah, brother. Okay. I may publish a vlog this month about my life right now. So I may show you some meal preps. I may show you me walking in the park, talking about certain topics. I'm working on that, bro. I may show you how to dress as well. I may do some cologne reviews as well. So yeah, I'm working on that, bro. There's a cologne that I wear that I want to make a short on. you know, on the channel. And this cologne, woman literally compliment this cologne, bro. Literally. Like, brothers, like, I have a way of pulling women. Okay. I know what works for me. I know what look works for me, what haircut works for me, you know? And I think, yeah, haircut as well is also important. Find a haircut that suits you. I see a lot of brothers with some weird haircuts, bro. Weird haircuts. In 2025, that ain't flying. Okay? Please get that right, brothers. Shout out to D Ward for the support. Let's talk about how you choose, not who you impress. Facts, but I agree. Definitely, you know. And we're gonna have shims about choosing, finding wifey, choosing. This is gonna be a great year. I feel it, bro. Like I'm already seeing some results this year. You know, the way people have been treating me. You know, I've seen some women look at me, bro. I've seen some women look at me, and it's a look of intrigue. Who's that guy? They're thinking that. They're thinking like, who's that guy? These women. So I know that, okay, I'm dressing well. I'm smelling good. Okay. You know, my guess what, brothers? My teeth on point. My teeth white. It's not super white, but it definitely isn't super yellow. You know, self-improvement, brothers. Self-improvement. I'm hitting the gym. I'm doing my push-ups. I'm doing my squats. I'm doing my lifting. And guess what, brothers? You ain't got to lift heavy weights. It's all about having a nice toned physique. Don't be fat. Don't be overweight. Be fit. And you can feel it. You feel confident. Women checking you out. You ain't gonna be The Rock, right? And guess what? I used to be The Rock. I kid you not. I used to be like back in 2018, 2019. I was super ripped. Big muscles, big arms, big thighs. But I couldn't run that much. But I was walking like The Rock, bro. Right? But women don't really care about that. You're only gonna attract a particular type of woman that likes that kind of look. And I'll be honest with you, I'll be with you, brothers. Right? These women are clapped, or how do you call it in America? They is it clapped? What's the word for it? They're ugly. To keep it a buck. Right? Brothers, please prioritize push-ups, prioritize squats, right? Prioritize chin-ups, you know, prioritize deadlifts. And you ain't gonna go too heavy, man, because you may injure yourself. You know, you may injure yourself lifting too much heavy weights. You know, lift an appropriate weight and just gain strength. And you literally see how slim you are. Drink water. Every day I drink water, bro. I can't remember the last time I had any fizzy pop. Any sort of, the last time I had alcohol, what, a year ago? Keeping it a buck. Alcohol destroys the body, bro. Brothers need to drop alcohol, drop sugar, added sugar. The only sugar you get right now is from fruits or yogurt or natural sugars, bro. Yeah, you can have sweets here and there, but it can't be an everyday thing, bro. Maybe a once a week thing, a once a month thing. And you will literally see the difference in your face. Because when you go abroad, right, you want to be at your absolute peak. You want to be at your peak, bro. You want to find wifey. You want to find a girlfriend. You got to be on point. I'm so fired up this year. Y'all don't get it, bro. I'm fired up. Right? The first 4 days of 2026, I wrote down everything on my mind, bro. Everything. What I want to do. What's bothering me. I wrote it all down on paper. I cleaned my room. Clean your room. Literally, being in a clean environment makes things even better. Open your window too. Clean your room, let air in, bro, and be in a clean environment. And that kind of like motivates me to do something, bro. When you're in a dirty spot, when there's clothes everywhere, when there's food everywhere, you can't really think, bro. But when you're in a clean environment, I don't know, it kind of like just like pushes me to do more. Clean your room. This year, I kid you not, God willing, Lord willing, Christ willing, Jesus Christ willing, right? This will be my best year of my life so far. I'm saying it right now. I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there right now. This is my year. This is my year, bro. This is my year, 2026, international passports year. I'm fired up. I want it. I want it. I want it all. I want it. I want the accolades. I want the power. I want the wealth. I want the money. I want the riches. I want the woman. I want it all, bruv. That's how we as brothers should be thinking, man. That top job that pays $500,000 a year, I'm going through it. I don't care if I'm not fully qualified. I don't care if I'm missing some requirements. I'm going for that job. That job is mine, bro. It's mine, bro. We need to have that warrior mentality, that all-conquering mentality, bro. We gotta have that, bro. That big house on the hills, that cute chick over there, I want her and I want that house. It's gonna be mine. Oh, I see that chick over there. She looks nice. I spoke to her. She's gonna be mine tomorrow. That kind of mentality works, man. No more feeling sad. Yeah, we're gonna crash out a bit. You know, I gotta crash out today, right? But you should still believe that this is your year, bruv. This is your year, cuz. I want it. I'm a goddamn lion and I want that chick. I want that house. I want that money. I want that respect. I want that power. I want that big job. I want that fancy house on the hills. I want it. How many? Type of one in the chat if you want it too, bro. I swear this year, this goddamn year, it's our year, bro. It's our year. I've never been so fired. Listen, I have never been so fired up. I have never been so fired up. In a minute, I feel it. I flipping feel it, bruv. I want it. I want it. I want it all, bruv. I want it, man. I want that chick, whether she's African, whether she's half Brazilian, half Japanese, whether she's flipping Moroccan. If I want her, I'ma get her. She gonna want me. International passport. She gonna be on her knees wanting me, bruv. That $500,000 a year job, that belongs to me, brother. That belongs to international passport. Because God said so, because Jesus Christ said so. Everything that I want in this life is going to happen for me this year. Everything that you want in this life is going to happen to you this year. This year, 2026, right, is going to be an all-conquering year. An all-conquering year. That's my plan, bro. I'm going to get it all, mouth. Don't swear, IP. Don't swear, bro. I'm going to get it all, mofos. I'm going to get it all. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it all, mofos. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it, bruh. I'm going to get it, bruh. That's it right there, bruv. Shout out to Jerome7491 in the cut. Off to Panama for the first time in a week. My first time ever working remote and passporting it up. This year will be my biggest year ever. Milestone 2026. I love that, bro. I know Jerome. Now he in IT. He in IT, bro. I know Jerome. He a real solid dude. He a real solid dude. Now he's in IT off to Panama. He might get him a Venezuelan chick. IP naughty boy. IP naughty man. He might get him listen, I've been Panama, bro. The Cuban chicks came through. The Venezuelan chicks came through. And I was chopping it up with them, bro. And of course, they were checking for me. Bro. This year, 2026, right? I might hit up Vancouver again. Listen, brothers, the whole world my oyster. I got Vancouver waiting for me. I got a woman in Vancouver waiting for me, bro. I may do Panama again. Africa, I gotta hit up the motherland, bro. Caribbean, hit up the motherland too, bro. Middle East, I was supposed to go Dubai and Qatar last year, right? But I changed my plan. It was too hot. But this year, I'm going there, hopefully. International World Tour, mofos. I got my new laptop on the cut. That is powerful. We're going to be doing some crazy video edits, some crazy live streams, you know? We're going to be doing that, bruv. You know? Might play some games on that, live stream that. Do y'all want that, brothers? Do y'all want that? You know? Might play some Cyberpunk in the cut, some GTA in the cut, while I talk, while I crash out, while we stream. Listen, my laptop right now, it looking beautiful, man. You know? I had to treat myself, get me a new laptop, you know? That is powerful, bro. That is powerful. To run a whole flipping generator in that B. So before I react to some content from this month, right? Brothers, I'm gonna tell you this, right? Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? I'm gonna tell y'all this. $2026 gonna be our year. Okay, so get your life right, skincare right, everything right. We're going all out, brothers. We are going all out. Okay. Okay, so let me. Okay, awesome. Let me now get some content up. Venezuela, Germany. Then we'll open up the phone lines, and then we'll crash out. Okay, we'll crash out. Let me just get my screen up open, right? Okay, I want to share something really interesting. Okay. Now, it's about Venezuela, right? So Venezuela has been in the news. Give me a second, please. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Give me a second, please. Let me just get Venezuela Maduro. Okay. Could Venezuela become a new passport bro spot? Let's see. Now, I've got some content about Venezuela as well on the channel. Let me just put out real quick. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. Venezuela international passport. Yeah, I thought I was playing, right? Hold on. Venezuelan woman, they're waiting for us, but I'm gonna get some clips up first from my channel that will tell you that, yeah, okay, Venezuela might be a spot for brothers. I'm just trying to get this clip over here about Venezuelan woman. Give me a second, please. Clip one, and there's one more clip. Give me a second, please. But y'all good, brothers? Y'all good? Let me pull it up. Okay, there's one more clip I need to bring up. Make sure you join the Discord as well. Join the Reddit. Let me post that in the live stream chat. Here's a Reddit page that y'all can join. The Discord is already linked in the comments, but there's a Reddit page. Come join us on Discord. All right, I got it. So let me share my screen. Okay, so let me share my screen over here. Hold on. Okay, we're good now. So let's now talk about Venezuela. Okay, could that become a passport bro destination? So I'm going to share my screen over here. Okay, share screen IP. Share screen. Okay, so before I show you the video clips I have for you, right? If you're not aware, yesterday on the 3rd of January, okay, the US arrested Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela. And we can see here a photograph of Maduro, okay? Behind him are American soldiers, and he's basically being transported to America, New York, to stand trial or be prosecuted for alleged crimes, okay? Now, there's a whole narrative behind this, okay? That America wants Venezuela's oil, you know, and the resources, etc., okay? So, as a passport bro, okay, what I believe is that Venezuela is going to open up, okay? The oil part, the resources part, that's for big companies. And if a brother is involved in one of those things, that's great for him or other brothers, whatever. Okay. Now, from a passport bro's point of view, Venezuela, okay, is ripe. I'm going to share my screen here and show you some hot Venezuelan chicks, okay, that I've personally met. I've met myself in my travels abroad, okay? Now, let me just show you one over here. Okay, let me just show you one over here. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to show you some clips here, right, of women that I've personally met in my trips abroad. Okay, just Hold on. Perfect. Okay. Let me share my screen. All right. This is what women in Venezuela look like. I kid you not. Okay. Let me share my screen. Let me put some volume here as well. Let me share my screen. Okay. Share screen. Hold on. Share screen. Share screen. Okay. Let me show you some Venezuelan chicks. Okay. So you can see here, right? This here is a Venezuelan woman that I met in Panama. Okay. Now, let me just go back a bit, right? Let me just show you just how good looking they are. All right. Let me just play something.
Where are you from? Yes, you.
Venezuela.
Oh.
Hear that? She said that she's from Venezuela. Look at that smile. Look at that peanut butter brown skin. When I was in Panama several years ago, the average Venezuelan woman looked like her. I couldn't believe it, bro. In the clubs, in the daytime, in the mall, they look like her, bro. Oh my goodness. I kid you not, bruv. I kid you not. Okay? Let's carry on playing this.
Oh, fantastic. Where in Venezuela are you from? Where are you from in Venezuela? Where? Caracas?
Okay, Caracas.
Okay.
It's from Caracas. So you're telling me that the capital of Venezuela has women like this? Oh yeah. Passport bros. Venezuela's gonna open up, man. Gonna open up. Now, I'm not saying I agree with what Trump did. I don't. I think that was unnecessary. Within the boundaries of international law, you don't do that. But it's happened. Okay. And I will crash out, on the Twitch about the US empire. But I want to keep on passport topics on this video. Now that Venezuela is going to open up, we have women like this that are waiting for passport bros. Look at that smile, bro. Let's carry on watching.
Okay. Capital. So,
Yes.
how is life here so far in Panama?
3 years
3 years.
in Panama.
Wow. Do you like?
Yes.
Tell me why you like Panama.
Because it's money.
3 years in Panama, bro. 3 years in Panama. 3 years in Panama. 3 years in Panama, bro. And there's hella women that look like her in Panama. But why go Panama to find a Venezuelan woman? If her home country is gonna open up in 2026, you just go Venezuela. So you see the opportunities here that passport bros can take advantage of. Lord have mercy. Venezuelan women are miles ahead of Brazilian chicks. Because the women I met in Panama, they ain't have no tattoos like Brazilian chicks. They ain't had no fake booties like Brazilian chicks. They ain't had no goddamn fake lips like Brazilian chicks. They had no goddamn nose rings like Brazilian chicks. I'm just keeping her a buck. Can I keep her a buck, please? Can I keep her 100, please? Right? These women in Panama, these Venezuelan chicks, I fell in love 1,000 times. Right? And if Panama really opens up, I'm booking a flight there. Okay? I'm booking flights. Let's carry on watching.
Crisol, terrazas.
Yes.
Money.
Money. Yes. Is it
Good country.
good quality? So how is
This is there for quality of life. Money is what it is.
here in Panama? So, if I wanted to find a girlfriend in Panama,
Okay.
what kind of girl should I go for? Are they good girls here in Panama?
Yes. It's a good country. Food. The food is delicious.
She's inviting me to meet women in Panama. The food is great, etc., etc. But you get it, right? Let me show you a different Venezuelan chick, right, on the same video. See, here's another one here, right? I think she was also from Venezuela.
For me,
Not as good looking
Intelligence.
as the first chick, right? But remember what I said, okay? Find a woman that likes you for you. It's not really all about looks. Okay? Brothers can work with this. Dudes can work with this. Right? Crazy.
Intelligent guys.
Okay. And you know what? And guess what, brothers? You can tell that she's introverted, she's shy. You know, I love shy chicks. I love shy women. You know, I love shy women. So this Venezuela is going to be magical for brothers if it really opens up, and I think it will. Okay, let me also show you, right, what Venezuela is working with. Let me also show you this. All right, let me share my screen over here. Video file. Let me show you this. Okay, look at this. Look at this video over here. Look at this. Look at that, bro. Look at this. This right here is a Venezuelan chick. Brav. Look at that. Oh my goodness, man. Woo. Brav. Imagine having a girlfriend like this, bro. Imagine being in the West your whole life. You're an IT bro. You get 6 figures. You invest your money. Now it's time for wifey. And you go to Venezuela and you find a woman like this. You made it in life, bro. You've made it. You made it, bro. Look at that. Brav. Look at this, man. I'm just keeping it real. Now we have more options within. Now we have, right, more options within the Latin America space. I kind of find Brazil 50-50, in my opinion, right? Colombia, I think its run may be over. A lot of Pookies have overrun Colombia. Cuba is close. I was in Panama. The Cuban woman, right, was amazing in Panama, right? But I'm not going to Cuba. I don't think so. Okay. Venezuela, though, untapped, untouched. Hello, woman there in mass numbers that look like this. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Whew. Knowing that I personally dealt with Venezuelan chicks in Panama, brothers, let's not sleep on Venezuelan women. This might be a new spot for us. This honestly might be a new spot for us. Venezuelan women, when I met them, they were kind, they were polite, they were feminine, they were submissive, they were sweethearts, and they really will treat a brother good. They really will treat a brother good. You know, there is an opportunity for us to go to Venezuela, meet some Venezuelan women, make them girlfriends, make them wives, you know, potentially even buy property in Venezuela, live there, build a foundation there as passport bros. And there's an opportunity in 2026 for us to do that. You know, the US currency goes far in Venezuela. The pounds goes far in Venezuela. The Canadian dollars go far in Venezuela. We have a unique opportunity here to actually find some good women. You know, seeing that Venezuela has been closed for quite some time, I guarantee you the Western propaganda nowhere near as strong as in Brazil in Venezuela. Nowhere near as strong, bro. Yeah, there'll be some women that are finished, that are done for, but a good amount, right? They probably never seen a TV in their lives. I'm joking, but you know what I mean, right? Like the full Western brainwashing, they've not been affected by that because it's been closed, right? So when you have women like this dancing like this in front of you in that red dress, look at that, bruv. I mean, every man wants this, bro. Look at that. Look at that. Come on. You're an American brother. You're a tech bro. You're an IT bro. You're making six figures. You work for a great company. You can easily pull something like this, bro. Easily. Lord, look at that smile. Look at that. I'm just keeping it real. Venezuela is going to become the next passport bro hotspot and gem. And I'm super excited. I'm super duper excited about that. Wow. Wow. Oh, let's go. Let's absolutely go. Okay. These women are they're probably the best women in Latin America by far. Looks wise, body wise, everything. Shout out to Kempachi. Been a minute, brother. Hope you are well, brother. Hope you're well. He says here, the best woman I've ever been with was Venezuelan. I'd married them with the quickness. Facts, bro. I think I've actually seen online half Venezuelan, half Japanese, bro. Can you believe that? Half Venezuelan, half Japanese. Half, can I find that for y'all? Half Venezuelan, half Japanese. Oh my goodness, bruv. Whew, brothers. Okay, so enough from the Venezuelan stuff, right? Let's let me bring up another clip real quick. And this time it's about Germany, okay? I want to show you that in 2026, right? German women, they love brothers, man. They love brothers. Let me pull it up. Okay, hold on. Video file. Let me pull it up over here. Where is it? I thought I had it. Hold on. Give me a second, please. Let me try and find it. I was so sure I had it. Give me a second, please. Yeah, brothers, hold on. I need me a half black, half Venezuelan, half Japanese chick for 2026. I'm just putting it out there, bro. I need that. I need that. Let me try and find it for y'all. Hold on. Okay, there it is. Okay, give me a second, brothers. Let me try and give me a second, yeah. Okay. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen. Ah, here it is. Okay, I found it.
Wow, you know.
So I want to show you, right, an interaction between a brother and a German woman, okay, in Barcelona. This is me showing you that anywhere you go to, German women love brothers and passport bros. Let's check it out.
I like your smile, you know.
Thank you. Where are you from?
See, look at that. You see, you know, she saw a brother say he loves her smile, speaking to her. You saw her smile back, and she stopped to speak with him and to ask where he's from. German women, whenever they come close to a brother in his proximity, something clicks inside of them. I don't know what it is. Okay, it's amazing.
I'm from Nigeria, but I live in Austria.
Oh.
Where are you from?
But did you hear that, brothers? Right? She said, "Oh, she's checking already, brothers. She's checking, right? He's not even Black American. He's not even Black British. He's not even Black Canadian. He's Nigerian living in Austria, right? If you're a brother, doesn't matter where you're from, they are going to be checking. And she's quite good looking, you know. She's decent. right? She's got a nice body, nice smile, nice face, and she's checking for brothers easily. Look at that.
Thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria, but I live in Austria.
Oh.
Where are you from?
I'm from Germany. No.
There you go. There you go. There you go. She's from Germany. These German women, right? They got a thing for brothers. They got a thing for brothers. Like, let me move that back real quick. Hold on.
Oh.
Where are you from?
I'm from Germany. No, it's cool. It's
Really?
cool, yeah.
And I like.
So when he said that he's Nigerian living in Austria, right? She said it's cool. She said it's cool, bro. Like, there's a perception that, you know, if you're Black American, right, that's all women want, and that's a case for a lot of women, right? They don't really rock with African dudes like that. But if you're Black American, they definitely want you, okay? But German women, right? If you're a brother, you dress well, you're clean cut. Doesn't matter if you're from England, Scotland, America, Canada. There'll be a German woman checking for you. Crazy.
I like what I'm seeing, you know.
What is this?
How can I make you my girl real quick? How can I make you my...
Damn, you see, look at that.
Son, this was how I met your mom, you know.
You see that? Brothers, like shout out to his brother, right? For, you know, like, she's checking, bro. She's checking. She's absolutely checking. And, you know, I always say that she's a decent looking German chick. Look at that, brothers.
I like what I'm seeing, you know.
He likes what he's seeing. I'll keep it real. She ain't bad looking, man. She got a nice smile, you know. Like, in my opinion, right, I'm gonna put German women top 5 European women, right? So that's gonna be Russian women in my top 5, Polish women in my top 5, German women in my top 5. I'm gonna put Romanian women in my top 5, and I'm gonna put Swedish women in my top 5 based on looks, right? German women look good, bro. They hit the gym, look after themselves, and right, they're in that upper echelon of European prime woman. Just keeping that buck. So if you love snow bunnies and you want to go to a country where they're checking for y'all, you gotta hit up Germany, bro. They're checking, super duper checking. Damn.
What is this?
How can I make you my girl real quick? How can I make you my... You see? Son, this was how I met your mom, you know.
There you go, Frank. Brothers, go and get you, right, this year, 2026, right? Okay? Go out there, travel, and find the woman of your dreams, bro. Right? And I'm at a point where, like, listen, brother, I don't care what race she is for you, brothers, right? If she's treating you well, she may be the one. Okay? If she's treating you well, she may be the one. All right? So the question is, right, in 2026, are German women still checking for brothers? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Brothers, absolutely. I'm excited, brothers, man, for this year. You know, like, I believe that if brothers get their ish together this year in 2026, German women will be checking and coming to y'all in abundance. And is Germany a passport bro spot? Yes. Yes. Germany will never not be a passport bro spot. Hamburg is great. I've been Hamburg. Berlin, fantastic. I've been Berlin. Munich, great. Leipzig, I've been Leipzig. I've been to like multiple cities in Germany, and for the most part, it's all been love. But Hamburg for me is magical. Magical. It has a right balance, right? You can meet Turkish women, Middle Eastern women, Middle Eastern women. You can meet, white woman if you want that. You can meet half black, half white if you want that. Right? The world is your oyster in 2026, so please make use of it. Okay, awesome. Whew. So, last one to react to, right? I wanna Danny F, are you a woman? Danny F, are you a woman? Okay, Danny, where are you from, Danny F? Danny, what country are you from? Do you want to call in, Danny F, and chime in? Do you want to call in and tell us about Guatemala? It's up to you. I can open up the phone lines if you want to call in. I'm in Sacramento. Are you in America? Are you born in America? Are you basically American, Danny? I'd love to hear more about Guatemala. Danny, just let me know. Type a yes in the live stream chat if you want to call in and give us intel. Okay. Do you want to call in, Danny, to talk about Guatemala? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Okay, Danny, let me put the link in the live stream chat, Danny. Okay. Hold on. So, Danny, here's a link if you want to call in. Call in, Danny. Happy New Year to everyone, including you, Danny. I put the link for you to call in, Danny, to tell us about Guatemala. That'd be great, please. So it's the link there. It's a StreamYard link. Click the link that I just put in the live stream chat, Danny. Here's the link over here, and call in. Does that make sense? Danny. Danny. Okay, I'm gonna wait for you, Danny. Okay, I'm here. This should be interesting. So we're waiting for a Guatemalan woman called Danny to call in. Let's hope it's working for her. That would be great to hear about Guatemala. And shout out to Danny for wanting to call in. I really, really appreciate that. You know, get the year popping, and you know, to get brothers out there, you know, in Guatemala, and to hear from a woman as well would be great. Danny, are you with me? Type. Let me know in the live stream chat, Danny, if you're with me. Okay, let me bring in Daniela. Okay, let me bring you in. Let me bring in Daniela J in the chat. Okay. Hello, Daniela. How you doing?
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I am good. It's just like it's repeating.
Okay, Daniela, are you on laptop or phone?
I'm on the phone.
Okay. Can you close? Do you have YouTube open on your phone?
Okay, so hold on.
Close YouTube.
I already closed it.
Okay, now do you hear me now? Is it okay?
Yes, sounds better.
Perfect. Daniela, can you put your phone close to your mouth? I can't really hear you.
Hold on. Hold on. Just a sec.
No problem.
Can you hear me?
Much better. How are you?
I am okay.
Okay. Good to hear from you, Daniela. You said you're from Guatemala.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Daniela. So Happy New Year, first and foremost. And
Happy New Year.
thank you very much for calling in. I have some questions for you about Guatemala. Okay. The first
Okay, go
question is, oh, go on. Yeah. Okay. The first question is Guatemala a good place to find a wife?
Okay. Depends though. I mean, what kind of wife you're looking for? I mean, we have to be realistic.
I'm looking for a feminine woman, a submissive woman, a woman that has peanut butter brown skin woman.
Okay. We
Fire.
sure have a lot of those, but remember, there's three places that you can find those type of women. Either it's a co-worker or church, or if you go to college. It's the best places. But if you want some, I mean, you mean like submissive, like a kind of Japanese wife, like waiting for you at the door and grabbing the shoe. I don't
Yes.
think so. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm gonna tell you this. I married my husband because I'm married. Okay. First of all, I'm married. Okay. I married my husband in 2003, so we've been married for 22 years. But didn't marry for riches, first of all. And obviously we have kids. But the thing that make me, to settle is because the role model in the family doesn't exist, first of all. So at some point, it's not healthy mentally in any kind of way, right? So in my case, I married my husband. He's Mexican American. And because, this is the thing. Yes, there are women like that. But one thing is, if you're looking for it, you will not find it. It has to come natural. And sadly, and I noticed, women nowadays are so entitled. I mean, you have to pay Uber, you have to pay for dinner, and I completely disagree with that behavior. It's not a good thing. It's not a good example, because I have a daughter, and my daughter, I always tell her, look, if you don't want to be a housewife, you can be at the office, but also you can marry, but also you need to understand that it's two people. No, only because I'm, the feminist and the chauvinist. No, that doesn't go. And no, I don't agree with that. I am very realistic. That's all it is. But yes, there are women. They're what did you say? Peanut butter, what?
Peanut butter brown skin complexion.
Of course they are. I had my friends. I look. According to people, I look like I'm from the Philippines, but I'm not. I'm Guatemalan, 100%. But they're white. They're any type of at this point any tone of skin, I would say. But it depends the occasion. But yes, they are. I mean, here is way different. And I understand there's a lot of gentlemen that travel, across the seas. They go to Jamaica, they go to Colombia, but you need to be careful though.
Tell me why. Tell me why about Colombia and Jamaica, particularly Colombia, because Colombia is quite popular amongst men nowadays.
They're very beautiful women there. Colombia, Brazil, and but they don't go to Argentina, you know. And Argentinians, they have a lot of women also dark skin color, you know. Um, but the thing is, first of all, the tourism, and because if you say I am from, where are you from? I'm sorry, I didn't ask your name.
I'm from the UK, Daniela.
Okay,
United
what part
Kingdom.
of UK?
So I'm from England.
England. Oh, okay, very beautiful place. Not too much anxiety. Um, yeah, in Colombia, they're beautiful women, but you need to have keep in mind that there's a lot of things that contributes. You know, what it calls. Sometimes people get. I don't know. I don't want to scare you, but it happens. And sometimes you could get kidnapped.
Mm.
Mhm. Uh, um, but um, but it's not the case. I mean, not all the cases are the same. And I don't want to be so rude.
Can I ask you something though? Can I ask you like so it's funny how you mentioned how when I asked you about I want a feminine submissive woman, right? You mentioned you want that Japanese type of woman, you know? So even you know, Daniela, that Japanese women are very submissive and very loving to their man. Would you agree? Is that what you see in California? Like how the Japanese women treat their men compared to how Latinas treat their men?
Oh, California. I mean, no, Californians are like different. I mean, in my case, I mean, they're very salty. You know, women we're very salty. We don't, we like to be appreciated.
Mm.
Um, but my case is not necessarily everyone's cases. It's not. I'm not talking in general. I'm just talking in my situation specifically.
Mm.
But the one thing that my husband and I we have, obviously when you meet someone, it's passion, obviously, but the time passes, it turns into commitment. So what happened with when it comes to my husband and me, what I really like about my husband is he has a great heart. He's very generous and he's very realistic and he likes to follow the law, which is kind of so cringy sometimes because I grew up without a father. I don't know what it is to. I don't know what is it to have a father image.
Mm.
And the mother of mine, well, obviously, different lovers and different kids with different lovers. You know, so
Mm.
that's the whole point. So I don't want to be too specific and too private. But the
Mm.
thing is, that's what it pushed me. Like I didn't want to get married, but I did say, if I get married, okay, I want to marry just once in my life because these days they marry and they divorce like changing clothes, and that's not the case. And
Mm.
and I say, if I'm gonna have kids, it has to be from the same partner,
Yeah.
and and that's what it is. It's commitment, and not only that. If you want a submissive woman, if you're gonna have kids with that submissive woman, if the person, both of you click and love each other, beautiful. But you need to think about this. If you're gonna bring children to this world, you need to keep in mind that some of them they might have some special condition or
Mm.
behavior disorders. In my case, never in our life we never thought we're gonna have well, he's 19, but he's disabled. But I don't like to say that word too out loud because he might hear me. But he looks normal. But that's another thing, the commitment. And and that's one thing that it really helped me is my friends, usually they're older, and I always ask them, why, how do you guys made it? How do you make this thing work? Matrimony. And they
Mm.
say it's about, it's not when if you meet someone and or you're looking for someone. No, if that person is looking at the same place that you're looking at, the same goal, forget it. That's your partner.
Yeah.
So submissive, they are everywhere, not just in Guatemala, Costa Rica. They're beautiful women too, Panama too, but it's the goals that you need to be very clear, and you need to be, not blunt, but very clear, and just friendship, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You are in a what? In a what do you call it? Passport? Passport what?
Yeah, a passport, bro. We're a space. Daniel, did you just find my channel right now? Or have you been a long time viewer? Out of interest.
I just found it today. It's just like, should I? Do you want me to log into YouTube?
Oh no, it's fine. No, because we don't really have a lot of women that call in, and give their opinion. So I'm happy you called in, Daniela. I think we needed to have this as men, and we are passport bros, but we are men that we're looking for wives and and girlfriends, long-term commitment, and obviously Latin America is on that list, and we have a problem in the West where where a lot of women, they're not really women nowadays, Daniela. They're not submissive. They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to a man. So we have no choice but to get our passport to meet women abroad. Do you agree, passport bros, Daniela?
Sadly, yeah, I've seen that nowadays it's very common for gentlemen to travel to other countries because they cannot find in their country. In my case, I came to California because my mom kicked me out of the house because obviously, I don't know, maybe I came to this planet very, I don't know, I thought I was the most respectful of her kids, but she just wanted dollars. But that's okay. It's my issue. But the thing is, she sent me here when I was 17 without knowing a word of English. It's very challenging, but I do love your the language, because since from Guatemala, listening to my favorite musician, Freddie Mercury, there's more European music influence in Central America, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. What did help me is because their English is way too fast sometimes, so I did learn more with Monty Python Flying Circus. Believe it or not, I love Monty Python.
But in terms of like passport bros, right?
Oh, I do agree with that,
do you agree with what we're doing as men to going into Latin America to find our wives? Is that okay?
I mean, if you do it with you're doing it with a good intention, and also you need to keep in mind, as a woman, when we hear the word submissive, I'm not feminist, but it sounds a little cringy. So I would say, yes, they are. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, it's your money after all, but you just have to be careful because there's women too with bad intentions.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Jam, you want to chime in, Jam? We have another caller. I think he has a question. What's
Sure,
up, Jam? Happy New Year. Jam. I can't hear you, Jam. Okay, Jam, your audio's not working. No, you're absolutely right, Daniela. Women have some bad intentions. Can I ask you why women feel like the word submissive is cringy? What's cringy about saying I want a submissive woman? Why is that cringy, Daniela?
Because what do you mean specific? Can you be more specific?
Like basically, like you mentioned how if I say I want a submissive woman nowadays say that's cringy, saying submissive. I mean, submissive, in my opinion, is like a woman that respects a man, is the man's helpmate. I'm assuming you're religious. You read the Bible, Daniela. You're Christian.
Well, I haven't gone to the meetings, but yes, I do believe in the Bible. Yes.
Okay, so if we go by biblical rules, right? essentially women have to be under men. Women have to follow the lead of men. You know,
Yeah.
and it's just like, and we find that if women are above men or equal to men, right? There's problems. When I say that, it's in terms of like, you know, if they have like, if they're in power or they feel like they can do what men do, there's problems, right? Now, a healthy household is where the man's the head, the woman assists the man, and the children are below the man and the woman. You know, and that's what's worked for many years. Recently, they've changed that, and now there's problems. Women are depressed nowadays. Women are overworking nowadays. There's a lot of cheating going on. So when we say submissive, right, we want a woman that, you know, complements us. Let us lead, and let us as men look after you. It's not about oppression. It's not about keeping her down. We just want that whole male and female dynamic. We are different, Daniela. Men and women are different. Do you agree?
Of course, we're different. I mean, who says that we're the same? We're not the same.
Feminists
Because
say so.
if we're
Feminists.
gonna measure the strength, like physically biological strength, obviously it's noticeable. Well, there's some women that like very strong, but I mean, I admire that. But when it comes to psychologically, it's like the women is more capable. When it comes to the men, they're like, I'm gonna tell you one thing. My husband is not romantic, okay, but he show his love with actions, not with words, and that's what I love about him.
Mm.
You know, when he gives gifts, he does it like every now and then, but he knows me. Like, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Sometimes when we want to help someone, let's say an example, we want to help someone. Maybe I'm in my room and he's in the kitchen, and then we like thinking about how can we help this person, and then we both agree, and then he's like reading my mind because he knows me so well and I know him so well, and his face, you don't see him when he's happy or angry, you don't know, but I do know him. But when it comes to be equal, as a human beings, we're equal. Get it?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, human beings. I mean, in terms of like rights, of course, rights, definitely. You know, everyone deserves rights, but in the household specifically, right? I'm of the opinion, and it's backed by the Bible, the Quran, and throughout history, the man has to be the head, because if a woman is the head or equal to the man, there's problems. There's
But
problems.
do you want a woman to be at home, or can that woman in your goals, you want that your partner to work and help you too? I mean,
Ideally, yes. I don't want my woman working. Ideally, yes. I
no,
think
because
that's
when a
nice.
woman works, it feels useful. It feels more independent. Because when the husband just the husband is the provider, it's like we feel like we're asking for our allowances to our parents, like
I
permission,
mean,
and it feels like uncomfortable.
but Daniela, like, we have to be real here, right? Like, if a woman's gonna be at home, right? Personally, like, I would prefer that as well, like Jam said, but there's no way there'll be a problem if she has kids to look after. She's being kept busy, and I'm giving her money every month, where it's more than enough to. So basically, if I'm earning 10K a month, Daniela, right, and I'm paying for all the bills, the rent's paid or the mortgage paid, right, every month, the bills are
Mhm.
paid, right. All she has to do, right, is do the shopping at home, buy food, look after kids. And that's coming out of my pocket. If we go on holiday, I'm paying for it. If she wants some new shoes, I'm paying for it. You know, like, I'm happy. I will do that, right? But I want a loyal woman who deserves that, because not all women deserve that. You know, and if a woman works,
That's
Daniela,
the
right?
thing. That's the
You
thing.
know,
Not all women and not all men are having a good intentions. It's like what's in it for me, right?
mm,
So in my case, I don't like to go out. so I like to be at home. But since I'm legal, but since while I was fixing my legal status, I was at home taking care of my kids. So there was no babysitter. So I took care of
Mm.
my kids. So my kids is 21, 19, and 17. And yes, my husband had to, pay for it, but I always ask him, what is my budget? But it feels uncomfortable at the same time. You know what I mean?
Do you have any sons? Do you have any sons? If you don't mind me asking,
Hmm.
do you have any sons?
I'm sorry?
¿Tú tienes hijos?
Sí, yo tengo hijos.
Ah, tá. ¿Cuánto? Un, dos.
I have three.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Okay, so all of them are boys.
but this is the thing. I was the one who had the surgery because my husband, for some reason, and he's a good husband. He's just his priority is work, 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 and I said, you know what? I don't want to have more kids, and I didn't. To be honest, I didn't ask him for permission because it's my also is my body, So and he was fine with it. So just
Yes.
three, and that's it. Yeah, no,
Yes.
it's too much work.
So I know this is your first time on the channel, so I just want to give you some insight, right? So you can understand kind of where we're coming from. So
Mhm.
this is a channel, right, of specifically black men, high achieving black men,
Mhm.
right? That so we go out, right? Mainly we're in tech, but we're also in other spheres. Minimum 10K a month or more, right? So we're high earning men. We're not talking about we're not average men, right? We're men that are high earning or at least aspiring to be high earning men, right? And so we want something for that. I mean, obviously, in order to make 10K, I mean, you're in the top 5%, right, in the U.S. if you make that income. So we want something for our money, obviously. I mean, it's hard to be in the top 5%. And so this is kind of what IP was talking about when he said that, we saw kind of the ills of the previous generation, in other words, your generation, when how you guys grew up, right? You guys had the whole feminism. You said the whole thing about, submissive sounds like a slur, right? Well, we don't care because that's what we want, right? Because
You
we've
know,
seen what happens when you don't adhere to that.
go ahead.
So it actually kind of sounds like even what you're saying. It kind of sounds like you're kind of advising us to be careful of these newer women, which is obvious. I mean, these new women, especially in the states, are quite debaucherous. So
Everywhere, everywhere. Trust me, everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's
yeah,
not just here. Yeah. This is so
yeah,
interesting because um we know people here. We live in California, obviously, and every time, I know I'm married, right? But when I say, and when they ask me how many years you've been married, and then when they ask me, that's when I feel that, the reality check, like, oh, I'm 22 years married, and then like, oh God dang it, why did I have to remember? But yes, because I'm too busy, but because it's
well, I
not
mean
very
that's
common.
that's good. I mean that's quite rare nowadays for someone to be married for that
Really?
long. So
Mm.
that's good. That's something we aspire to. But since you have three boys, I'm very curious, right? Because I listened well. You said one's 21, 19, and 17.
Mhm.
Like what are your plans for them in the futures, right? For them getting partners and wives. Like I do
Mm.
think because you're Hispanic, it's a little bit easier because I do think that at least in the U.S., the Hispanic women are a little bit more submissive than the average. But I'm curious how you are advising your sons, um, in this
Okay.
endeavor.
Okay. The only son is 21 years old. He's focusing right now, studying film, and he's not looking for it. And I'm always asking, because I'm very realistic. Like, and every now and then says, "Mom, are you crazy? Do you know how the women are nowadays?" And he's 21. Eh? He's 21. He says, "Are you nuts, Mom? Don't you know how women are now?
Yep.
I mean, if you don't have a job, if you don't have a car, they don't pay attention to you. So no, thank you,
Yeah,
Mom."
I'll be honest. By the way, that's a lie. I'm just telling you right now. That's true. If they don't like the way you look, that's a lie, right? If the girl likes the way you look, you don't have to do
That's
anything.
me.
I'm
He's
just being
very
honest with you. If a girl's saying, "Oh, you don't have a car, you don't have this, you don't have that," she just thinks you're ugly, bro. I'm just being honest with you. That is a complete lie in the U.S. If she likes the way you look, you don't need to bring anything except your face. So I'm
And
just
another thing, my other son, he's disabled. He's 19. He looks normal, quotations marks, but he has IDD, intellectual developmental delay. I don't know how, but they used to call it mental retardation. But he has the mind of a 10-year-old. So
Mm.
he's not gonna be able to marry. So it's a sad thing. But anyways, my daughter, on the other hand, she's 17. Um, I always give her advice. Mommy, whenever if you marry, you need to do this, this, and this. But if you don't want to be at home, also you need to help your husband because every now and then it's a good thing to help at home. So I
actually,
always give them. I'm sorry.
I'm actually very curious what you tell your daughter because one of my biggest fears, I'll be honest with you, is if I have a daughter. That is my biggest fear. I don't want any daughters because I see what happens when the daughters in this
It's a
generation. So
very, it's a lot for me. I don't know. Maybe other mothers are different, but in my case, it's way more easy to handle boys than girls.
Mm.
But my daughter, she's not a follower. She's a leader, and she's very intelligent. She doesn't care about well, she has some friends at school, but it's not her priority. She's just like her dad. So, and her point is, but every now and then she asks me questions like, "Mom, what if?" But I don't know why she asked me this question. Maybe because she heard it from school. She asked me the other day, "Mom, what if I get pregnant and my husband doesn't want me to have the baby and get an abortion?" And I told her, "Well, if I'm around, you can divorce and goodbye to your husband, and I'll help you with the baby."
oh
Because
my
I don't know
gosh.
why she's getting this. And I told her, if you don't want to have biological kids, you can always adopt because there's a lot of babies for adoption. I mean, I am so realistic. They're like I'm very awkward, so no time for me to friendship. So,
All right,
hmm
so let me ask you a question, all right? Because um, I think we're really traditional in what we want. Like we want the 1950s situation, right?
oh my goodness.
That's why I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what I want, and I'm not willing to settle for anything less. So I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I have everything. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be, crass or rude. But I have the money. I have the height. I'm in shape. I'm not willing to accept for anything less, right?
Mm.
So
Mhm.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. So when they say when I hear stuff like this, like when they say a girl's submissive, they don't like the submissive word. It's like all you're telling me is I'm just gonna have fun with you, and that's about it. I'm not gonna
Mm.
take you seriously. And it's unfortunate because this is the way men move in the U.S. So what we do now, because we've learned you can't tell women the truth, especially in the U.S. So what we do now is if we just don't like something, we'll just be like, okay, she's in the sex category,
Well,
So
in my case, I was when I was.
James, I'm gonna
I'm
bring you in
sorry.
right now. Sorry, someone just calling. James, what's up, bro? Happy New Year. Camera's on. Is that okay? Camera on. Give me a thumbs up, bro, or camera off. Okay, let me bring in. Give me a thumbs up, James. Camera on. Let me bring in another caller. Carry on speaking. Sorry, Daniela. You go.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Daniela. Go ahead.
No, I mean, it's depending what kind of submissive lady you're looking for, wife, because submissive for me automatically I'm thinking like a servant and oh
and
yeah.
whatever you think it is, that's the one I'm looking for. I mean, I don't. I know they use these terms, these euphemisms. I don't care, right? That's what I want. Submissive to me means that if we disagree, right, I make the final decision, and that's it. And you trust me in
Yeah.
making that final decision. That's what it means. Obviously, I'm not a dictator. I mean, even like for example, like with my parents. I mean, my parents were dictators either, or they gave me say so. But when it came to important decisions, and they were like, "No, we're going to do this." Right? I was submissive under my parents, even if I didn't disagree. I mean, even if I did disagree, I understood they're my parents, and what they said was the
Mhm.
final word. That's what I want with my woman. I don't want to argue with. I mean, dude, I'm doing everything. If I'm making the money, right? I'm expected to guard her life with my life, and she can't follow me. No, that's just. Oh, no. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just not wanting to accept anything less than that. And I think a lot more men are like us now. So you're seeing the marriage rates plummet in the West. And it's because
I
the men are just not
know.
willing to accept these relationships now. So, but we'll still obviously have sex with these women. because we're still men at the end of the day.
Okay.
But like when I hear this, I'm just saying some of the stuff I hear, like if I hear, oh, you think slave, I'm just thinking right now, okay, well, you're not the one, but I'm still gonna have sex with you because you look good. But we're not gonna
No,
tell you this.
it's depending the childhood of the woman. In my case, my childhood was traumatizing. That's why I think about this way. Not all
Can I
women think like me. I mean,
Yeah,
can
but I
I
guess my
bring
quick
in
question is, oh, sorry, one
hold that
last thing.
question? Go on, Jam. Go on, Jam. Before I bring in
I was gonna
James.
say that I was gonna say that knowing that that's what we want, right? Knowing that I know you don't like it, but I'm saying knowing that's what we want, right? Where would you suggest that we can go and find that?
have you tried Mexico too? They're
I haven't been
beautiful
there yet.
women.
No, I
No,
haven't been there yet. No. I speak
they're
fluent Spanish. Hablo español, but I haven't been there yet.
okay. Okay, not solo in Mexico, not just in Mexico. I mean, not just in Colombia or Brazil that you're gonna find these beautiful women, but in Mexico, you can find also people like Central America, beautiful women. Also Costa Rica, dark
Who are
skin,
submissive? Who are submissive?
Honduras.
Keyword submissive. Keyword servant. Whatever word you want to use. That word. Keyword. I like that.
You will find it, but you will not find it in a nightclub.
Okay. All right. Understood. Yeah, that's to be expected.
There's three keys thing that they place here. The important keys: religion, workplace, and college. Those are the three
Mm.
places that you're gonna find a good person. Submissive, like you can get like you agree with something. Those are the places that I recommend.
Workplace is a key point. Before, sorry, James, I know you're there. Hold on, James. Workplace is very key because, like, you know, again, if she's a lawyer, if she's in finance, if she's in, let's say, some sort of industry where it's highly corporate, she won't be submissive. I think we can agree on that, Daniela. Right? What lawyer woman's gonna be submissive? If she's an analyst in a bank, she won't be submissive, right? You probably want to go for like a hairdresser,
What
a woman
about
at
teacher?
Starbucks.
What about
Sorry,
teacher? A teacher? A
a
Yeah,
nurse?
teacher.
a teacher could work. A
A
teacher could
nurse,
work.
no, no, nurse, no, nurse,
Nurse,
absolutely not,
no.
because
No
they
way.
they get ran through by doctors. I know that personally from what I've seen. So
Oh,
no
okay.
nurses, no flight attendants. They get ran through by the crew and by rich dudes in business class. So no flight attendants, Daniela. Teacher we
No,
can
no.
work with.
Teachers, I mean, teachers are kindergarten teachers,
We can work
elementary
with.
teachers.
Yeah. So basically, you see my point here because like you want
They
to go
have
for
more
women who.
patience.
Sorry, Daniela, right? You want to go for women who don't get highly paid, who are not working highly paid jobs. If she's getting paid six figures, it's a problem there. I don't want that. I want her earning 30K, yeah, so I can come in, improve her life, keep her at home. She's like, oh yeah, that's awesome. I'm being real here,
Can
Daniela. That's why when
tell
you
you
go
something?
abroad, right?
Can I tell you something? Like I said,
Yeah, yeah.
before I met my husband, I had a lot of boyfriends. Okay? No, I'm not like those women like body can. I mean, body can sounds like how many people you deleted.
Slept with.
That sounds very rude. But I had a lot of boyfriends. Obviously, I'm pretty sure my husband. We don't bring it up, but because we live in the present. And the thing is, when I marry him, I'm gonna tell you. I have to be honest. We started with one room, two blankets, two pillows, one TV, 3 foot fridge. I didn't marry for riches. I married him. You know why? Because he so goddamn the challenge to understand him. There was something from him, and every time I talk about him, it's like, God dang it, I still love him. you know. So yes, we have more things, material things, yeah, but my focus wasn't the material things. It was the it's when you marry, it's like an ocean. Either you learn to swim, or you drown. That's all.
Let
You
me
want to
let me
know
bring
it's
in
crazy?
James. Go
It's
on,
crazy
James.
when you hear women say things like that. I married him because he was so difficult to understand. I'm gonna tell you something about men, especially American men, especially American black men, my
Go.
age. That makes no sense to us. I mean, it makes sense coming from a woman because it doesn't make sense, and I'll get back to that. But we can't that For us to say, if you hear a man say, "I married her because she was so difficult to understand," we're all gonna look at him perplexed, like, "What do you want, crack?" Our brains don't work that way.
I ask him because I'm not that, tall. I am like
Well-
5'1". Ask
Well,
him,
no.
"Why did you marry
What
me?"
I
Because
was trying to. Well, no. Let me break it down.
Right.
The reason why doesn't make sense to us is because we need to understand it's healthy for us to understand a woman, because a man is the home builder. We're the ones who build the foundation. We're the ones who create the program that is to be built by us, that you need to follow so that we can build a happy, healthy, safe home, so that we can lead this path,
It
so that
has
we
to
can
work
take care of the family. Hold on, wait a minute. So we can take care of the family. Okay. It needs to be in a man's program. No marriage will work on a woman's program. Never. Okay. It doesn't, that's not a yin and yang. A woman does not lead a marriage. Any woman who thinks she should lead a marriage needs therapy, because that's not how she's built. And the kids, because the father is the protector, the father is the man of the house, the father is the strength. Okay. The father's role does not qualify when a woman is leading. So if I say I don't understand my woman, that's how I love her, those are not vectors to build a home with. You can't build nothing with a woman you don't understand, because how could you do that if you don't know what you're doing? I need to understand you so that I can do that. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Whenever your woman is tired, would you be able to cook?
Oh, I cook. This food cooked in the kitchen right now.
Okay, points for you. The thing is, yes, when I say my husband was different, it's because it's not from my country. Another thing is, obviously he speaks Spanish. I didn't, when I met him, I didn't marry like right away. We waited for like a year. Also, the goal was, we had the same goal. We was like, how do you call it? He didn't have friends. He doesn't have to like friends. He's not a very social person, very intelligent. Obviously, he has more college than me, and obviously he's a provider. But when it comes to his woman, his wife, he wanted something different. Just in this case, he didn't have to travel like you guys travel, right?
Wait, I'm curious. Hold up. You expect your man to cook for you?
No, he does it every now and then.
I got what you were saying about that. Of course I'll cook. I'm gonna cook. I'm a cooking dude. I cook all
I'm
the
not
time.
gonna lie. I grew up, both my parents in my life, my dad never cooked, my mom always cooked, and that's what I expect.
I put it to you like this. I live alone.
In fact,
That's
I
my
think the
kitchen.
only time my dad's ever, and I would dread if my dad would cook, and my dad can't cook. The only
That's a
time my
man who
dad ever
cooks.
cooked was my mom was not here, was my mom was away. Otherwise, my mom was cooking, and I think
Yeah.
that's the way it should be. That's the way
And I
it
feel
should
like
be. That's the way it's gonna be in my relationship. There's no way I'm gonna be cooking for my girl.
You need to be open, a little bit more open. The case, like, I mean, what if your woman is tired and
So okay, then I'll be open. I'll cook, and then when there's something that goes bump in the night, I'll be like, "Hey, baby, can you check it out?" I didn't check it out last time, so
Well,
let's
wait a
do it
minute.
this time.
I don't get where you're
Because
coming
I'll
from,
be very
because,
progressive in that regard.
well, wait a minute.
You know what I
This
mean?
is
Baby, can you pay this bill? Can you
well,
pay
wait a
this bill? I
minute.
don't feel like paying
Let
this
me,
time.
if you have a home where both of you are working, you gotta have that's a different conversation. But if she's a stay-at-home woman, you see,
Yeah.
we don't know what we're talking about here.
We do.
Because she just said when she
You're new
comes
here,
home
but
and
we've
she's
already established
tired,
this.
what is
You're
she
new here,
coming
but
home
we've
from?
already established this. We're saying that the girl's not
Let,
working. So I
let
know
me
you
not
just
Then
joined
what
the
is she
room.
coming
Say the
home? Why
girl's
is
not
she
working.
tired? Coming home and she's tired.
Well,
Yeah.
what if she gave birth? She
What?
wouldn't be able to get up from bed when she gave birth, you know?
Well,
Okay,
that's a whole different conversation.
that's the very extreme. That's very like
Yeah,
obviously like
that's an extreme.
if she's
We
like
know
house,
that.
obviously we have to cook right. But normally she should be cooking. Like on average, if she's gonna be a stay-at-home mom, if she's tired, get some Powerade in your system.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
I'm
there's
tired
different
when I have to work, and I
scenarios. I
still got to
mean,
work. Like,
you can have a stay-at-home woman who decides to become a real estate agent, or she's studying to become a lawyer or a nurse or stuff like that. A lot of stay-at-home wives, they do that because they have that time. So when her studies start to advance, she's studying for an exam, things like that. I come home and I cook. Look, I'm ex-Navy, so I mean, I'm built different. I come
Wait,
home for a 12-hour day's work. I
if you
go
don't,
to the gym, work out. I come home and I cook, and I clean up my place, and I maintain that.
yeah,
That's normal for me. That doesn't bother me at all.
yeah, Danny.
So
Honestly, I think you're from a previous generation because, like, I mean, you
I know that.
understand, right? You understand the pressure that's being placed on men. Like, I'm a Gen Zer. I don't know, I'm Gen Z.
oh,
Like,
my
I'm under
husband
30.
I'm
is
50 years old,
Um,
so yeah, I
yeah.
understand.
So,
my,
but what I'm
my
saying is that, like,
husband is from the 70s, 78, and I'm from
76,
the
76.
80s.
Yeah.
yeah. But what I'm saying is that the requirements for men nowadays is really high, right? So when you meet those requirements, I'm not gonna cook for a chick who expects me to make over $120,000 a year, be six
Yeah.
feet plus, have a six pack, do this, do that. If I meet all those requirements, I expect the girl to handle herself. Like I'm not gonna do that, dude. I'm, I'm simply not. If she's tired, suck it up. I'm tired when I have to go to work. Boo hoo.
Well, no, with that
I got you,
attitude,
man.
you will not find a submissive woman. I honestly have to tell you. I have to
Yeah.
tell
But
you.
if I don't find it, I'll be honest with you. If I don't, I'm content. Like if I don't find it, I'll just be fucking girls. I'll just be just running through girls. That's all I'll be doing. Like it's fine. I mean, but I just won't marry.
Look,
But I'll do the same
look,
thing. Like when
can I
girls
tell
don't
you one
find what
thing?
they like, if they stay single, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. There's no way I'm selling for anything less than that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. My husband and I, it's really difficult. I mean, sometimes they ask us, uh, how do you guys do it? What do you mean? I mean, you know what we do? We we have sense of humor. We insult each other with sense of humor. But sometimes we don't want to do something, so he gives tell a joke and he makes me laugh and in back and forth because I'm a comedian. But the thing is, I don't know. I don't know how to tell you this, but in my case, I've been married for 22 years, and my husband cooks every now and then, and I stay at home. But what you want is something like a more extreme. What I'm gonna tell you this is you need to be open for your options.
No, I
Variety.
don't. No, I don't. I don't. I'm in the top 2% in income. I'm in the top 10% in height. I'm young. I'm under 30. I don't need to do this. No, I don't. I'm gonna be honest, dude. We're not doing this anymore. Like the previous generation, the stepdad season, that's all gone, right? And your son your son kind of proves this. I mean, you asked your son, right? He's
Yeah,
Danny, and he said these
and
girls are crazy.
I look
We're
and I
not
saw
going for this stuff anymore, man.
things
Well, let me
like
ask you this:
Mhm.
What if you crossed out a really high caliber woman with the looks, the curves, and everything?
I
She's
met
sweet,
those
she's
girls.
submissive.
I talked about this IP. There was one girl in
Wait,
Brazil who
let,
she
let,
had
wait,
So let me finish my sentence,
hold on,
then.
Jam.
It's cool.
Let him finish. Carry on,
Mhm.
James. What are you going to say, James?
And she's submissive, and she's got all the right. I mean, she's like gorgeous. She's like damn near almost a 10. And we meet.
Mhm.
We know that's the whole traveling thing, and we meet girls who are actually considered 10s from where we from, and they got all the good qualities and everything. And she doesn't have a high body count and a whole 9 yards, and she's really into you. Are you willing to compromise for her?
in what way?
Compromise what, James? In what way?
Yeah, compromise what?
In
It's
other
like
words, do things that you normally said you wouldn't. You just say you put your foot down. I'm not going to do this amount of cooking, all that. You're willing to
This is
compromise for a woman of that caliber.
another
no,
thing. When you
I'm not
fall
willing to
in love,
compromise for it because I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I know I'm of that caliber. So why would I need to compromise?
What I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about her. If you got her, are you willing to compromise to make the whole system going easy based on what's going on in her life? I
Why
go with
would I?
you.
Why
It
would I
depends
do
what she.
that?
It
Lord.
depends what she wants, James. Like, if she's saying that, hey, can you cook like once a month or here and there? I mean, I wouldn't mind, right? But if it's like something extreme, like you know, having guy friends or something like that, no, that's not flying. You know,
I
it
guess
depends.
for me, I think I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but
Mm.
rough life, I mean, just things that are like hard and difficult and uncomfortable. I'm so used to being uncomfortable that most shit just doesn't fucking bother me. It's too easy for me to compromise. I guess that's why I can't relate to most people.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah,
serious. I'm too used to being uncomfortable.
James, I understand what you mean by that. James, I actually truly understand what you mean by that. For me, it's an ego thing. Because honestly, I don't mind this stuff. I mean, dude, what we ask the girl to do is very little. I mean, I'm doing it
Do you
myself. I
know
mean,
what kind
I'm a
of
great
caliber
cook. I
women I'm
know how to
talking
cook.
about?
I mean, cooking is not hard, bro. Every man knows how to
No,
cook.
no, it's
No, they
not.
don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Every man under 30 knows how to
No,
cook. In your
no,
generation, they
no,
had
they
women
don't.
for them. But
No, no, they don't know how to. No, a lot of dudes. No, they don't. Mm-mm.
okay, every man who got his stuff together, let's put it that way, who's in shape, right, under
Even that.
30 knows how to
Even
cook.
that.
Let's put it that way.
There's a lot of dudes who. A lot of people don't know how to cook, man. Trust me.
All right, man. Maybe it's my bubble. Maybe it's my
I'm just
bubble.
giving
But
you your props that you think that way because you got your stuff together so well. But let me tell you something. A lot of people don't know how to cook. People, not just dudes. People in general.
yeah, you honestly might be right. No, honestly, I might have to take that back because I do
You
have a
want to know what
strict
a lot of
diet that
people also
requires.
lack too?
Yeah.
Bad hygiene. A lot of people have bad hygiene and can't cook. A lot of people have
no.
bad hygiene, can't cook, and got short tempers.
And in
You're
my
probably right
case,
about that. You're right
That's the
about
truth
that.
about the world.
I
Let
have
me
a
ask.
terrible OCD, so it needs to be clean. I have cats, but I love my cats, but I hate their hair, so I have to clean up every day, like several times the floor. I am very picky. That is my fault that my husband is picky now. Even my kids, like my kids, they think because I have OCD, I do the same thing. Like I pass the finger. I'm like I'm cleaning, and then my son said, I was tell my son, I remind my son, my older son, I'm sorry, baby. It's a curse. Having extreme OCD is terrible. I take medication. I take it easy, but I can't take it easy. But the whole point is about the cooking you ask. Or what do you mean? Like, can you ask
Daniela,
me
can
the
I ask you?
question? Because I get
Daniela,
confused.
Daniela, can I ask Daniela, right? So now know your situation, knowing that you're a
Mhm.
stay-at-home mom, right?
Mhm.
Do you have guy friends, male friends, and how does your husband feel about that? Because one of the reasons why I ask this why is because like within the possible both space, we are very traditional, and we believe that our
You
wives
can
and
have
girlfriends shouldn't
friendship
have
with
like guy
Americans.
friends.
You can have
Do
friendship
you
with
have
Mm-mm.
so you have guy friends?
No, I don't have friends. I
Okay,
don't.
you see,
I'm not interested in friends.
that's
I
what I
don't.
want. That's what we
But
want.
if you want
We want
a
our
wife like that, you need to have her eating it. You need to keep her kitchen very well conditioned, her space very well cozy, that way she can feel good. Because if you're gonna be like, oh, I want this, I want that, and she's like, come on, man, we're human beings.
Yeah, so that's why in this space, right, we're working towards building wealth, opportunity, IT, tech, investing to give our wives and girlfriends that kind of life where they don't have to work, they don't have to have male friends. I mean, why do you want to have male friends? The only male friend you should have is your brother, your dad, and me, realistically, you know. And we're building. That's why we're working hard now to have that life,
What about
because yeah,
girlfriends? What about girlfriends? Can they have girlfriends?
if they're
only if
married, if they're
only
married,
if
yeah.
they're married and they're in relationships. Yes, if they're a single woman,
Oh,
absolutely not. No,
look, even if they're married, they're gonna misbehave. You know that.
I'll be
But we,
there. I'm gonna vet her friends actually. No, this is what we have to do, Daniela.
this
If
is
if
the
you're gonna
reason why in America you don't
Talking with
take
you,
relationships seriously.
talking to you, it gives me hints how my son can approach these women too. Because as a mother, I am worried too. Don't get me wrong. You know,
Mm.
get it? So
Yeah,
this is why I'm willing to talk to you guys, because I am a mom. but I am not a territorial mom. I always tell him, I don't care how your woman looks. If she's fat, skinny, whatever, I don't care what color it is. As long as you guys respect each other and make it work, forget about it.
How tall is your son, if you want me asking? How tall is he?
My son, how tall he is?
Yeah.
He's 5'10".
All right. Yeah,
That's a
I'm
good
just
height.
curious because he's 21, and it's atypical for a man to not be interested in girls at that age. So I was wondering what might be the reason for that.
No, he is, but he said that the women around him are crazy. They want
Yeah,
a
I know,
house,
but
they want a
it was that
car.
way for me too. But when you're a man and you're driven by testosterone, dude, I mean, it's really hard to just reject that. Usually, those things.
Bro,
He's focusing right now in his art. He draws like since you're in UK, like Sislav and Siski, and he has like the style of Leonardo da Vinci or Goldzius. He's the type of art that he does. So he's more concentrated in those things, and he loves it.
that's good.
Yeah.
No, he's self-improving, so when he's 25, 24, he can get his passport and go and find a wife in Guatemala or Mexico. That's my advice to you as Daniela, as your mom. Tell your son to self-improve, get the money, the education, and go abroad and find his wife. Because America is not a place to find a wife anymore.
Yeah,
It's finished.
there's women here too, but it's just the place.
They're garbage. They're garbage.
No.
American women are garbage. They're trash.
Yeah, but you cannot generalize because you met the negative part. You know what I
Yes, we
mean?
can. I've been to 10 cities in the United States. They're all garbage. I
They're all
mean,
garbage.
we all know this. This is literally well known now. The fact that you're hearing this for the first time, I don't know what to tell you, but this is well known. Like everyone knows that American women.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
I want you to, based on what you observed, based on what your son has told you, describe the kind of young man you believe women are seeking in the United States, in the areas where he is residing or may reside in the future. What kind of person do you think your son is going to have to become to get the girl that he wants?
Like I say, I don't know. But right now, the ladies, they go for guys with tattoos, which I don't find it attractive. Neither my son.
Well, that's just a look. What about the personality traits? Characteristics. What do you think your son has to? What kind of characteristic demands do you think your son is going to have to meet in order to get the girl that he wants? Which is obviously one pretty who takes care of herself.
You mean what kind of woman he wants, or
No. I'll repeat it. What kind of characteristics, demands, do you think your son is going to have to meet to get the girl that he wants? What kind of person do you think your son is going to have to become in order to get the woman that he wants, which is a pretty girl who takes care of herself?
Well, someone who loves art. That's all. That's the type of group he goes. It has to do with the type of group that you go. The network.
James, she don't know. She doesn't need to know. She's a woman. She doesn't need to know. She doesn't need to, just like what you said before about the whole, it doesn't make sense to you.
Well, it doesn't matter what she needs to know, it's what she thinks.
No, I know. I'm just. It's confirming this now because they're saying that a woman doesn't need to understand a man in order to attract a man, but a man needs to
Well,
understand.
no, it's not about whether she understands facts or whatever. It's what she believes, what's going on in her head, and then we can have a conversation about it. And she said that she said art. That is a clear indication that she has absolutely no clue. But like you said, she's a woman. You said tattoos and then you said art. So I'm not sure if you're registering what I'm asking you. Because, to be honest with you, the artsy crowd these days, I'm thinking New York and Seattle, two of my favorite cities, they do tend to have a lot of tattoos. So let me back off. But so you go out and about and you see the young pretty girls and you see the guys that they're with. Do you think those guys, for the most part, especially the really pretty ones, do you think your son is anything like any of those guys that you see the young pretty girls with?
No, no,
No.
no.
Why do you
nothing
think
else.
that is? Why do you think that is?
First of all, it's not his priority. He is
Well,
himself.
no. Well, no, I'm not talking about your son, but why do you think that is? Why do you think that the women that are young and pretty, for the most part, are with men that are nothing like your son? Why do you think that is?
Obviously, the media.
What about the media?
The media, what they consume, that's what it is.
That's fair. Yeah.
I mean, you
Because-
know that.
Yeah.
My son doesn't even have TikTok. What is that? That is so disgusting. And not even, he has
TikTok?
Facebook every now and then he uses, but he doesn't even use that.
TikTok is not disgusting. I don't think so. Well, man, but you can't really do too much crazy stuff on TikTok. I don't think.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really. But I mean, you don't even have to
I
use
agree- I
TikTok.
agree
You
with
just
her
turn on the
about TikTok.
television. It's on TV. It's everywhere.
The media.
All right. Oh, hold that thought. Sorry. Can we all go on Twitch, please? So I'll put the link in the live stream chat. Let's go on Twitch. I'm going to end the streams now on Rumble, Facebook, and Kick. It's been a great stream. So everyone on YouTube, hop on Twitch. We're going to carry on the convo on there and have some deep discussions here. I think Daniela, she's done a great job calling in because she has sons, right? She's worried about, she wants advice from us as to how her sons, can navigate the future. And that's fair enough, and I think you're quite traditional to a sense, Daniela. There's some liberalism inside of you, but I think you are conservative, you are traditional, and you want a good life for your son. And we'll help you out here. We'll help you out. So
but this is the thing. I came because I wanted to give you my point of view of the Latina women. That's what I call. When it comes to my son and look for help, I like your opinion. I would like to, yes, I am taking notes. But at the end, it's going to be his decision, his choice.
Yeah. But he's got to make the right choice, right? The wrong choice can ruin him.
I would like him to make the right choice.